Hello fellow tankers, this is Dauntless, and today I'm going to be playing a game in my M41 90GF, aka the Black Dog. Now the Black Dog is a tier 8 German light tank, believe it or not, and it's a premium vehicle. I know it looks a lot like an American light tank, but this baby is German, making it very good for me because I need a crew trainer for my RU-251. The fact that it's German also means that it gets these awesome HEP rounds, which apparently I can't look at right now, which boasts, I think, like 102 penetration with 340 alpha damage, boosting this guy's DPM quite high if you can make those shots count. Anyway guys, the map today is going to be Redshire, and I am spawned on the northern base. Now if you've been watching my scout guide videos, you're probably going to predict exactly what I'm going to do, and you'd be right. I am going to try to get spots early in the game. Looking at the enemy team, you'll notice that they have a lot of tank destroyers and medium tanks, but they do not have a lot of heavy tanks. They actually only have these two heavy tanks right here at tier 9. Now while they are very good players, I don't know, it's hard to say if they're going to push the 9-0 line just because they are outnumbered. Now they might have some tank destroyers push up, but most of their tank destroyers are soft, and if something was to push, it'd probably be only this JPEG. Now on the other hand, our team has a lot of heavy tanks and also has tank destroyers that can be played as heavy tanks, meaning that our team is probably going to just YOLO down the 9-0 line and leave this side completely open. Now we do have a good 140 player, and we do have some mediums down below as well as a light tank, but it's going to be hard holding this side off if they do choose to push this way. And judging by their lineup, I'm going to just jump out on a limb and say they're probably going to be sitting here, and they're probably going to be aggressive around this corner once all our heavy tanks are lit down the 9-0 line. That being said, I am going to try to get some early spots. When you're in a light tank, it is hard to decide how you want to play based off of what the enemy has, only because even if you get to that flank, how much damage can you actually inflict? It's more important to try to get those initial early lights and spot as much as you can. Obviously getting assist damage is good, but getting the location of enemy vehicles is also very important. Now I'm actually kind of surprised that I didn't light anything here, because sitting in this position, as you probably have seen in my other videos, you end up lighting a lot of stuff right here. And I'm actually really surprised that I was not able to light their Batchat or their 140 or maybe even their T54 Mod 1 or the Scorpion and whatnot. But I'm going to sit here, be patient. I think maybe they're still hiding, maybe they haven't decided what to do, and I'm just going to chill. Like I predicted, a lot of our team has pushed the 9-0 line, and the rest of the map looks pretty barren. Now our 140 did push the middle right here, and we do have our Scent and the Bulldog pushing up the 1-2 line. Now this, in my opinion, is a mistake, just because with the small numbers that we have here pushing here, just with your tier 9 Centurion with a Bulldog is just, a suicide wish. You're really not going to be able to do much, because if you do get lit and you try to push forward, you'll get shot at anything from here. And in my opinion, this push in the castle is not the smartest idea. Now I'm sitting here and I'm getting ANC. I'm thinking, okay, our guys in the 9-0 line look completely fine. They'll probably win that flank, but our other flank looks kind of bad. And I see this guy is in a bush, and so I take a shot with a HEP round, and I'm able to pen him for 330 damage. Now, my average damage being only 240, that's quite a nice roll, and that is why I love these HEP rounds. And I do carry quite a bit of them. I carry 13 of them, almost as much as my AP rounds, and this is because I often see a lot of tier 10 games, and AP rounds can't reliably penetrate them a lot of the time. And if I'm in that kind of situation where I'm not getting lit but I can't really pen them, I can just keep tracking them or doing critical damage, or getting 30 to 50 damage per hit. I'm sometimes even 100, but it's damage, and this tank can carry quite a bit of ammo, so I'm not really too worried about running out. Now, what you're seeing me do here is relocating. Now, I am prioritizing the Batchat only because he is a softer target, he is lower on HP, and his clip potential is dangerous. Now, their 140 is a better player, but again, the Batchat is a guaranteed damage for me versus the 140, which is very trolley armor, and I do have heat loaded, and it has 250 pen. I'm probably not going to be able to go through the front of his armor, and the side armor is mostly spaced and tracks, and there's just very little chance of me going through. Now you'll see on the 9-0 line that our team has successfully cleared most of their vehicles, but this side does not look good. They're pushing quite aggressively over on the 1-2 line, and our team is kind of cornered here. Now I see the 140 gets lit, and I'm actually probably the one that lit him, and I get a critical hit on him. Unfortunately, I go for another shot and no damage at all. At this point, I'm realizing that this is probably a waste of ammo, so I go for another track shot just to keep him in place, and I load my HEP round. Now he is blind firing me, and that's why I'm moving back and forth. Again, I'm able to do 85 damage and keep him tracked again. This is probably messing up his tank up to a certain degree and must be very, very annoying for him, and it's probably going to make him play stupid just because he can't move, he's permatracked, and I'm putting critical hits into him as well as small damage. Now unfortunately that last shot was not able to connect to his track, and okay, I was able to put another one in. Again, I'm doing very, very minimal damage, but again, damage is damage, and I have no idea where that shot just went, and he is able to get away from my grasp. I put another shot into him, but unable to track him because he turned his tank, and I hit him on the other side of his vehicle, which was more fresh. And that track apparently hadn't been damaged yet, and that little amount of damage I did was not able to knock it out. Now again, just like I relocated from the first position to this position, it's very important to realize when your time is up and when to move. That 140 is obviously very pissed that I put all those shots into him, and it looks like he has a death wish for me. So I see this bad chap pushing around our guys, and I take the opportunity to put a nice shot into him. And I'm unable to secure the kill here, but that's okay. I see the RU-251 peeking over, and he makes the mistake of driving up a rock, and I am going to take advantage of that situation. Now I do have heat loaded here because the Mod 1 has extremely good frontal armor, and I don't think there's any way my shots are going to be able to go through his frontal armor this effectively. If I roll high or hit the lower plate, there's a good chance I'll be able to, but at this point I'm being pushed by a lot of vehicles, and I'm not about to take that chance. Now that shot kind of trolled me and went low, hit his track, and critical hit him. I don't know where this object 140 is, and it is scaring me. I feel like he's going to just pop up behind me at any time. There is artillery behind me, so I'm a little bit safe. And the waffle is lit, and I'm able to put a nice HEP round into his turret. Again, another connection with a HEP round, and the DPM on this vehicle is amazing if you can consistently penetrate vehicles with HEP like this. And HEP, being like HE, really messes up tanks when it penetrates, especially low armored ones like the waffle. Able to connect a nice shot into the back of that Mod 1, finishing him off. And at this point I have 3,200 damage. I don't have any spot damage because I'm not really being a scout in this game. I'm being more of a medium tank or a sniper, which, you know, it really depends on how confident you are in your tank, and you don't always have to be the scout. Being in that situation, there wasn't a lot I could do as a scout, but there was plenty of opportunity for me to get shots in. And, you know, damage does rack up very quickly when you can shoot every 5 seconds. And as long as you can connect your shots and make them count, you will rake in a lot of credits. Now, again, I am shooting a lot of heat, and so I don't know how many credits I'm going to end up making at the end of this game, but I play this tank for fun. I do have a lot of credits already built up, and I don't really need them. I'm really trying to get my 3rd mark, and so getting as much damage as possible is my main priority. So all that's left is this M4A1. I pop around the corner, he puts a shot into me. Fortunately, he did low roll, and he didn't finish me off. I don't want to get hit by Artie, so I do back off, and I'm not too familiar with the M4A1. I've never played it before, and I do not want him putting another shot into me. So now I'm confident that I'm unlit, so I peek over this corner, and I use this bush as cover. I auto-aim, and I put one into him very quickly. And the Bat Chat pushes our IS-3A, he misses, and the IS-3 is able to finish him off before I get the kill. But that's okay, you know, I got my 3,700 damage in, got 2 kills, and effectively I don't know how much I actually carried this game, but it's a lot better than just YOLOing out and dying with very little to my name. I know a lot of players struggle playing their tier 8 light tanks in tier 10 games because, again, the guns really don't compare to tier 10 medium tanks. You know, a tier 8 light tank is as high as you can get in a light tank currently, and the firepower is very lackluster. Your DPM is good for the most part, and your mobility is awesome, but you have very little HP, very little armor, and you really have to rely on those sneaky tactics in your camouflage in order to farm damage like this. Now, keeping that bat chat and that 140 at bay, you know, was probably a good idea for me to do, just because if that 140 I wasn't able to track that 140 into place, he probably would have pushed up and just cleaned up and possibly capped, and at that point all we really had left on the northern, or I'm sorry, the 9-0 line was our IS-3A, the WZ-111. And, you know, without my 3,700 damage, who knows how this game would have turned out, but I was able to get some good damage, and it was a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, hopefully you liked this video. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a like down below. It really helps my channel out. And if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel for more content like this in the future. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.